Alright guys, today we're going to take a look at a lock that I've never seen before. A Junkunc Brothers Barrel lock. I found this on eBay, and this little guy is a little bit deceiving. I mean, the operative term being little. Look how tiny this is. It only measures 23 millimeters across. There's no engraving anywhere else on it, just right there on the top where it's got their logo. On the bottom though, and this is really interesting, although it's only 23 millimeters, this thing appears to have a full-sized wafer lock, or full-size keyway, double-sided wafer. So if nothing else, we'll get to pick a Junkunc Brothers double-sided wafer lock, which usually have false gates in them. So let's figure out how to hold this thing. I'm probably just going to clamp it, and let's see if we can't get this tiny little guy picked. All right, let's see if we can't first get this thing single pin picked. This is going to be a true test of my camera's macro ability. I've got the lens literally almost on it. We're going to have to pick on the top as well as the bottom. And if I can squeeze this in here, I'm going to try to use top of the keyway. Again, the focus is just a little bit of a challenge with this lock. All right, all the way in. Let's see if we can find a binding wafer. There was a click on your wafer number 3 or so. Felt a very slight give on the core, and everything else is kind of bound up. So let's check the bottom. Trying not to wedge it up against my tensioner. All right, I felt a little click. Let's go back upstairs. And we either have a fault set or we have an open. Let me back the camera up. I don't have the zoom feature on at all. That's how close I was to that thing. And see if he opened. I felt something give there. Where'd that tensioner go? Oh, he turned a little bit more. And there we go. First time that little guy's been open in forever. But anyway, there you go, guys. The Junkunc Brothers Micro Lock, but full-size keyway. Kind of odd. All right, guys, since that SPPing went so quick, I thought, let's go ahead and see if we can rake this thing open too. Surely if we can SPP it, we can rake it. But I always try to find the fastest way. And this being my first exposure to this lock, it is locked. I probably would be able to get in quicker by raking. So let's give it a shot. By the way, it's a 15,000th worm from Sparrows. And there is an open from raking. Too easy. I would never have thought a Junkunc Brothers would be quite that easy, but this one definitely is. Anyway, don't always believe what you see on eBay. Some of those pictures are taken with macro cameras. Thanks, guys. If you like the idea of growing the lock sport community, please consider supporting the Lock Lab by either becoming a Patreon or clicking the join button below.